Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about the design of digital IR filter from an analog filter. So far what we have designed, we have discussed about Butterworth filter and we have discussed about Chebyshev filter. So both these filters are an analog filter, right? How it is an analog filter? We are designing only H of S. Okay, so it is in the analog domain. Okay, so both are having different procedure for the design of analog filter. Okay, so we have discussed about all these things. Now the concept is we need to convert this analog filter into a digital filter using three methods. One is by that is approximation of derivatives. Second one is impulse invariant technique. Third one is bilinear transformation. So using these three methods we are going to convert an analog filter into a digital filter. Now we are going to discuss only about these two techniques, that is the impulse invariant technique and bilinear transformation. Okay, so first we will see what is an impulse invariant technique. Now here, if you want to have this transformation of analog to digital filter, it should possess the following two properties. That is, so you will normally in H of Z, you will plot this is J ohm axis and this is sigma, right? So we will plot the poles here. That is, here what it happen is the J axis, the J ohm axis, this is the J ohm axis, that is should be mapped into the unit circle. It should map, this J ohm axis should map into the unit circle in the Z plane. Okay, so this is what the first condition. So the next condition is the left half of the S plane, the water, because for stability the pole should lie on the left half of the S plane. So this left half of the S plane should lies inside the unit circles. If these two properties are satisfied, then a stable analog filter is converted into a stable digital filter. Okay, so this is what the properties you need to possess while transforming a stable analog filter into a stable digital filter. So here the first one is impulse invariant technique. Okay, now here how we need to obtain that is H of S is a transfer function of an analog filter. Okay, that is this is the transfer function of analog filter. H of Z is the transfer function of a digital filter. Similarly, H of T is the impulse response of analog filter. Next one is H of N is the impulse response of the digital filter. Okay, so here what we are having is we are designing only HA of S, that is the HA of S represent analog filter using the Butterworth and Chebyshev filter technique. Okay, so we are designing HA of S using Butterworth and the Chebyshev filter technique. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to obtain H of Z. Okay, so in between steps what we have to do is first directly we may not able to obtain HA of S into H of Z. So what we need to do is in order to obtain H of Z, first we need to have H of N. So from H of N only we will have H of Z. Okay, so here how will you obtain H of N is we are going to obtain from H of T. How we are going to obtain from H of T is just by sampling this H of T we are going to obtain H of N. From HA of S we are going to obtain this H of T. So this is what the procedure. We know HA of S, then we have to convert into H of T by taking inverse Laplace transform Okay, so after performing this inverse Laplace transform, we will obtain h of t. Then we are going to sample t equal to nt seconds, and then we will obtain this samples h of n. Then from the h of n we are going to obtain the h of z. So this is what the procedure. Okay, so here this is the step we are going to proceed it now. So the listen, so this is what we will obtain for right from Butterworth and Chebyshev filter like this. So for example, you will have h of s as h of s is equal to s plus some value, and s minus some value, you will get it. So in general I am writing this as s minus pi. So here it is in product. So first, what is the first step is, in order to proceed from this steps, I need to convert into sum. So how will you convert this? By applying partial fraction, right? You will convert into, consider this is a plus s plus a and s plus b. So you will convert as a by s plus a plus b by s plus b. So you will have consider this is what your pole, right? Otherwise s1 s2 you will have, so s plus s1 and s plus s2. Okay, so you will convert. So this is what the step we are going to take. So here it is summation of poles. Okay, so ha of s is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to m ai spi. So what is the next step here? We have to convert into ha of t by taking inverse Laplace transform. We know that 1 by s minus pi inverse Laplace transform is e power pit. Okay, so this is what the impulse, that is the inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform. So here I am applying this inverse Laplace transform, obtaining ha of t. Ha of t is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to m. So this ai will be as such. So e power pit. Okay, e power pit for this s minus pa. Normally what you need, we will do, you will write it as u of t. So if it is 1, you will include u of t. The same concept here I am including. So here I have applied inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so the next one is, I am going to perform this h of n. So I am going to sample this by t equal to capital NT. Okay, so h of n is equal to, this is obtained from this by substituting t equal to nt. So where summation I is equal to 1 to m ai e power pi. For this t it is nt, so u of nt. So now this unit step is converted into a continuous unit step is converted into a discrete unit step. Okay, so here I need to convert this into h of z. So h of z formula is summation n is equal to 0 to infinity h of n z power minus n. Now I am going to substitute the formula of h of z here, h of n here. So summation n is equal to 0 to infinity. So for h of n, summation I is equal to 1 to m ai e power pint ua of, that is u of nt into z power minus n. Okay, so here summation I'm going to change this. So summation I is equal to 1 to m summation n is equal to 0 to infinity ai e pint u of nt into z power minus n. Okay, now here this h of z, for this I am going to apply this formula, summation I is equal to 1 to n. So this I is equal to 1 to m, summation n is equal to 0 to nt, take ai outside, e power pi t u of n is 1. So z power minus n can be written as a power whole power n. So summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a power n formula is 1 by 1 minus a. So this is the formula. Applying this formula, summation I is equal to 1 to m ai divided by, for this 1 by 1 minus a e power pit z power minus 1. So here this is what the h of z. Now what is the inference we are obtaining from this is, in h of s it is s minus pi, right? But in h of z it is transforming into 1 minus e power pit into z inverse. A single pole is transforming into this one, is right? this is what a into s by pi. A into, that is one pole we are considering, 1 by s minus pi is transforming into 1 minus e power minus pit into z inverse. So here considered z is equal to e power s t, where s is equal to sigma plus j ohm, we know that, and we can also write z is equal to r into e power j omega. This omega represent a digital frequency, ohm represent analog frequency. So I am representing r e power j omega is equal to e power, for s I am substituting sigma plus j ohm t. Okay, r e power j omega e power sigma t into e power j ohm t. Now equating the real part and equating the omega. So r equal to e power sigma t and omega is equal to ohm t. So here r less than 0, sigma less than 0 implies this r lies between if you substitute the values here, sigma less than 0, the r will take the values between 0 to 1. If the sigma is greater than 0, r will take the value greater than 1. If sigma is equal to 0, here e power 0 is 1, so r is equal to 1. Thus the j ohm axis is transformed into the unit circle, and left half of the plane is transformed into the inside the unit circle. If there is any poles lie on the right side, that is transformed falls outside the unit circle. Okay, so the left half of the S plane inside the unit circle and right half of the S plane falls outside the unit circle. So this is what the important thing you need to know. Thus the analog frequency ohm is mapped into digital frequency, that is matched into the digital frequency. Thus the mapping from analog frequency to digital frequency is thus an analog frequency is transformed into a digital frequency omega, and here thus the mapping from analog frequency ohm to frequency omega in digital domain is many to one, which reflect the effect of aliasing due to the sampling of the impulse response. So this is the formula you need to remember if you are having a single pole that occur multiple times. So this is the formula for transforming into a digital domain, and if you are having poles in this format, you have to use this formula, and similarly if you are having in this format, you have to use this formula. Okay, so just this is what the derived one. There is no need to go see the derivation for this, just we are going to see the transformation for this. So here see, for the analog transfer function h of s, we need to find the transfer function h of z. So first step is considered h of z. So here s plus 1 into s plus 2 is there. So whatever the transfer function you are having in terms of product, you need to convert into sum by applying partial fraction. So it is a by s plus 1 plus b by s plus 2. So you know that how to apply partial fraction. Okay, so applying partial fraction, so what I will get is applying, so you try this partial fraction, applying partial fraction. So what I will get is a by s plus 1 plus b by s plus 2 can be written as a into s plus 2 plus b into s plus 1 divided by s plus 1 into s plus 2, which is this is equal to what, 1 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. Now this will get cancelled, so 1 is equal to a into s plus 2 plus b into s plus 1. So now substitute s is equal to minus 1, so b will become 0, so a will become minus 1, so here you will get 1. So when s is equal to minus 2, the a will become 0 and b will become minus 1. Okay, so here this transfer function h of s, that is h of s is transformed now into 1 by a by s plus 1, a is 1, and b by s minus s plus 2. Okay, so applying this, now I am going to apply the formula. I know the formula for this. If it is a single pole, the transfer function is 1 minus e power pit into z inverse. So applying this, so what I will get is, so I will get h of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus e power pi is what, here it is plus 1, so here it is minus, so minus 1 into t. So I minus 1 into t minus t into z minus 1 by 1 minus e power, here it is pole is minus 2, so minus 2t into z inverse. So I have transformed the h of s into a digital transfer function h of z. If they ask us to assume any t second, now I am assuming that t is equal to 1 second. So now this will become h of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus e power minus 1 z inverse minus 1 minus e power minus 1 minus 2 into z inverse. So you have to simplify this. So what you will get is, so you will get, sorry, here you will get t equal to 1 second. Here it will some applying this value of e power minus 1 e power minus 2 and simplify this. So what you will get is 2326 z inverse divided by 1 minus 0.5032 z inverse plus 0.0498 z power minus 2. So this is what you will get it. Now see the next problem. H of s is in the form this. So what I am going to do is, it is in the form s plus a the whole square plus b. So this is in the form s plus a the whole square plus b. So I am going to apply this form. So h of z is equal to, so first I will write down the formula. S plus a by s plus a the whole square plus b square is transformed into 1 minus e power minus at cos bt z inverse divided by 1 minus 2 e power minus at cos bt z inverse plus e power minus 2at z power minus 2. Now applying this formula, this h of z, so 1 minus e power, a is what, 0.2, so 0.2 t, b is cos 3t, so sorry, b is 3, so cos 3t z inverse divided by 1 minus 2 e power minus 0.2 cos 3t z inverse plus e power minus 0.4t z power minus 2. Okay, now apply the values of this. So what you will get is 1 minus 0.8187. Assume t equal to 1 second here for this problem. So when you substitute t equal to 1 second, what you will get is into z inverse divided by 1 minus 2 into 0.8187 minus 0.99 z inverse plus 0.6703 z power minus 2. So on simplifying this, so what is the h of, here I will write it. So on simplifying this, h of z will be 1 plus 0.8105 z inverse divided by 1 plus 1.62 z inverse plus 0.67 z power minus 2. So this is what the h of z value. Okay, so I will solve and give a few more problems in this. Now this is what the procedure. So whatever the transfer function is given, so you need to compare with this three formulas and you have to apply accordingly. Okay, so the remaining problems I will work it out and upload in the Google Classroom. Thank you.